Hi everyone, Erin from the Impatient Gardener, and we're standing at a part of my garden that has recently had some new additions. So a few weeks ago I went down to Northwind Perennial Farm in Burlington, Wisconsin, which is Roy Diblik's nursery. Roy Diblik is a fabulous plantsman and garden designer who's worked on very interesting and important projects like the Lurie Garden in Chicago, as well as several Pete Odolph designs. So Roy and I made several videos while we were down there, and there are 3 available, 1 on my channel, 2 on Roy's. So I'm going to put links in the description to all those other videos so you can catch those. But one of the things I did before I left was sort of walk around the nursery portion of Northwind Perennial Farm, where Roy showed me some really interesting plants that were completely new to me, and he was nice enough to send me home with those plants. So I thought I would just show you where those plants ended up in my garden. So Roy's going to walk us through these plants, a little bit about them. I've obviously since brought them home and put them in the ground. So I'm just going to give you a quick little shot of where they are. So in the future, we can kind of watch these grow together.
We're in the retail section of Northwind with Erin. And I have to say, it's kind of cool because Northwind is probably most notable for having more plants that nobody wants than any nursery in the Midwest. But we do look at opportunities and possibilities of plants, and I have to say our principles are educate and inspire, and we're trying to let people see all the different plants that have durability, and also to create combinations and relationships with different plants. So I'd like to show you some of the plants that we're not selling very many of, but have tremendous possibilities. Erin, this is Echinacea plantaginia. It's a native plant, actually. It grows in moist to average soil. It gets about 4 feet tall. These beautiful flowers. This is the calyx. The petals are off.
Just gorgeous.
But it's a great plant to floats. You kind of, the stem comes up.
Well, the leaves of the foliage on it is beautiful
Foliage
too.
is beautiful. Yeah, and so and you say, okay, how can I combine this with how many different plants? You have Echinacea. Really, the possibilities of combinations are endless as long as they relate well to each other in the ground.
And this is sun?
Yeah, sun.
Yep.
Sun to light shade. So it'll take light woodland edge.
Oh,
take woodland edge.
I just love this plant. I can't wait to see this mature. I think this is just, well, first of all, I think the flowers are beautiful on it, but I love these leaves. I'm really intrigued by this one. So I've put 2 of them over here. I've got one right here. Now we're kind of on the downward slope, and behind me, this is sort of the creek here. Which, since it's been so dry, is really full of weeds, and I really just need to get in there and sort of do a good clean out of those weeds there. But with so much fine texture around here, I've got more liatris around here. I've got golden alexanders here. I've got some foxglove, a little bit of willow. Everything is pretty finely textured here, so I thought these big, nice leaves would be great here. So I've got one here, and then the one, I left the seed heads on the one that Roy was showing us. Is back here, so those 2 will sort of become big partners back here and just provide a really much needed contrast in texture here.
And this one, I just think, wow, when people, this is Centoria macrocephala.
Okay.
This gets around 5 feet tall, and it has, the flower is enclosed in golden calyxes, so it looks like a golden golf ball on top of the flowering stems.
Oh, great.
And then the golden golf ball opens up to a thistle-like yellow flower.
Oh,
bright yellow.
Beautiful.
And again, it gets about this thick and very vertical.
Yeah.
Just very vertical. It's a great, great plant. And I like it too because it just comes up very vertical, like that echinacea in the garden.
So I got 2 of these, and one's behind me, and this is the one in front of me here. I put this right along the driveway. You can see the road right behind me. I thought this would be great, filling in this spot right here, rising up above the rest of what's here, and really just draw attention. It's kind of planted in a sea of, this is Stachy Summer Crush, and I've got some prairie drop seed in here. There's some Allium Christophii seed heads left in here. So I thought this would be kind of a great, fun little focal point right in the middle here, and there's one right behind me as well.
And this is Inula magnifica, tremendously big foliage, and it's starting to bloom right now. It has large daisy flowers, and the petals are like thread. So it's beautiful yellow petals of thread-like, very thread and narrow-like. And then the best part of it isn't the flowers, it's how it dies. This starts turning brown, the seed heads turn dark black brown, and it goes dark black brown all through the year, and the leaves turn dark black brown in the fall. So it dies incredibly exciting. It's just brown to brown to brown, and it has these stages of decline that are very emotional.
And what's the size? Tell me again what the size of this is?
This will get about This will get about 5 feet high.
And is that just, so is this like basil foliage and then the stems come up
Yeah,
that high?
there's basil foliage.
Yep.
Then you get the flowering stems with these. The leaves are probably, or the flowers are probably 3 to 4 inches across.
Okay.
And they're narrow little threads of yellow.
Wonderful.
Great plant.
What a wonderful plant. Love
And
that.
this is a good selection I got from Pete Outoff from Northwind Nurseries. It's Panicum, Brigade, and Purple Tears.
Okay.
It's very vertical, gets about 3 to 4 feet tall, so it's a short panicum.
Yeah.
And the flowers are clusters of like purple smoke beads, little purple. It's a beautiful flower, purple flower. But the cool thing is, because of its vertical habit, you can use that almost as a ground cover, 3-foot ground cover.
Right.
And you can put these architectural plants like this or this, and you can weave the purple through this because it'll support the plant's leaning. So you can have a 3-foot ground cover of grasses, and before that add bulbs to it.
So now we've walked across the bridge of the new garden, and we're on the sort of the sunny half of that border. Right now there's a lot of blazing star coming up through here, which is doing really well. The deer have eaten off about half of them, but I wanted to put that purple tears grass right on the edge because I thought it would be so pretty. I just want it to be close to it, so I wanted it right along the path. It'll be a little higher, but I think that'll be great. It'll be a nice little foil from the road, but also just right in front of your face, you're gonna get to see those beautiful, delicate little flowers. So I've planted those along here, and I actually took one of them and planted it over by the garage. I have no grasses in that bed whatsoever, and I thought it'd be the perfect one to try over there, maybe see if I want to incorporate more of those into it. So here it is right here.
So when I look at the plants that have possibilities, I can't help but want to sell these.
Yeah.
You know, I think everybody should go home with a Centoria, an Inula, and a Echinacea, and then put some Panicum in there.
Well, and the best thing about plants like this is that, I think sometimes people want to be different. They want their garden to be unique. They don't want their garden to look like the house next door. And you're certainly going to have that when you start bringing in plants like this and getting, expanding that plant palette to some of these really interesting and very valuable and worthwhile plants. Bring those in, and now you've got a completely different feel in your garden than every other garden that might be on the block.
Yeah, you could go down the street and see nothing that looks at all like. And it's good for people that have trouble starting a conversation. You know what? Come on in the backyard, look at this. Oh, wow, what is that? And all of a sudden, off you go. So these are just, like I said, a few, and I'm glad you were here to
Absolutely. What an amazing selection. I can't wait to pick through everything and just see all the great things that you've got growing here, because it's so exciting to meet plants I don't know.
I feel the same way. That's why I keep searching and finding. Thanks. Thanks again.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So I can't tell you how exciting it is to have some plants that Roy himself told me about and likes in this garden that was very much inspired by Roy's work and by his book and by all his knowledge that I've gained from him, from watching him and reading what he's written over the years. So quite exciting for me to have those in the garden, and I hope you guys will enjoy sort of following me along on how those progress here. And if you grow any of these plants, please let me know about it, because they were all new to me. So let me know if you've grown any of these. I'd love to hear about it. All right, thanks for watching. Make sure to check out the rest of the videos that Roy and I did at Northwind, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day in your garden. Bye.